Students, good afternoon. Welcome to the chemistry class. In this class, we will discuss about the second part of the chapter solution, in which we will discuss solution of gases in liquid, in which we will discuss Henry's law. So, what is the Henry's law? At constant temperature, the solubility of a gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas. Means P directly proportional to the mole fraction of the gas. Proportional removed, there will a constant will come, that is known as the Ks, and it is known as the Henry's constant. Okay. Now application of Henry's law. So as we know that on increasing pressure the solubility of gas increases, due to which in the soft drink bottles which will sealed under high pressure to dissolve more and more CO2 in the soft drinks. And in the deep sea divers, means scuba divers, and going down into the sea, the pressure will be increased, and due to which the dissolution of gas in blood become high, and when these divers will come out from the sea, then the release of this gas from the blood become faster, and due to which a medical condition that is known as the bends will created in our veins and capillaries. And third condition, the pressure of oxygen in air decreases in going up the mountain. So on going towards upside in the space, the pressure will decrease, and due to which the solubility of oxygen gas in the blood become decreased, and in that condition a medical condition that is known as the anaxia will generate, and in anaxia condition the brain will not work in proper manner. Okay. Henry's law explains the supply of inhaled oxygen in tissue. When air is inhaled, it combines with the hemoglobin of the blood in the lungs to form a oxyhemoglobin, because in lungs the partial pressure of oxygen is high. Okay. Now application. So Henry's law is applicable to ideal gases only. Okay. Now solid solutions. The solid solutions, the homogeneous mixture of two or more solid system is the solid solutions. Okay. In which we will discuss about the in which we know that what are the solid solutions. Alloys are basically known as the solid solution. Solutions of solid and liquid. Okay. So for example, sugar and water solution is basically known as the solution of solid and liquid. So a solution in which more solute can be dissolved at a particular temperature is called the saturated solution. At that temperature and the amount of solute required to prepare a saturated solution is given. The quantity of solvent is called the solubility of the solute at that temperature. Okay. So saturation point, you may in saturated solution you can dissolve more and more solvent into the more and more solute into the solvent. Okay. Rate of dissolution equals to rate of precipitation. Okay. As well as you add more amount of solute in the solvent, at that rate also rate of precipitation will also occur. Okay. Now mechanism of dilution. What is the dilution? When you will add water, in the concentrated solution and dilute them, then this process known as the basically dilution. Okay. So dilution due to the solvation, it is a common experience that polar substances dissolve readily in polar solvents such as water, whereas they remains insoluble in non-polar solvents. Thus the solubility of polar solute in polar solvent due to solvation of their ions in the solution. Means solution will be possible when you will dissolve polar component into polar component and non-polar component into non-polar component. Okay. Means like dissolve like. Okay. Now dissolution due to the hydrogen bonding, and as we know that there are many compounds which are dissolved in each other due to the formation of hydrogen bond. For example, methanol, CH3OH and water. So there will be hydrogen bonding. So in between these two components there will be hydrogen bonding will find, due to which they are soluble in each other, and both the compounds are polar in nature, so they are soluble in each other. Okay, so solubility, the solubility of substance in a particular solvent at a particular temperature is the maximum quantity of the substance dissolved in a fixed quantity of the solvent to form the saturated solution of that temperature. Okay, factors affecting the solubility of a solid in the liquid. So temperature, nature of the solute and solvent. Nature of the solute and solvent means if solute and solvent both are polar, then they are soluble with each other very easily, and if in these two one is polar and another is non-polar, then they are not easily soluble. And temperature, so on increasing temperature the solubility of the substances will be decreases. The effect of temperature on the solubility of substance in solvent depend upon the whether the dissolution process is exothermic or endothermic. Okay, if the process is endothermic, then the solubility increases, and in the process is exothermic, then the solubility increases. So when the substance dissolve with the evolution of the heat, the solubility decreases. When exothermic, then solubility decreases, and when endothermic, then solubility increases. Vapor pressure of the solutions and Raoult's law. The second part. So what is the vapor pressure? If you heat a liquid in a closed container, then when these liquid particles will vaporize and come out from the liquid and collect in this empty space, and when there is a number of these vapors will increase, then they create a pressure at the surface of the liquid, then it is known as the basically vapor pressure. So vapor pressure of solution and Raoult's law. The pressure exerted by the vapors of liquid at a particular temperature in a state of dynamic equilibrium is known as the vapor pressure. Okay. Now, what is the effect of addition of vapor pressure of non-volatile solute to a solvent? So when a non-volatile solute is added to a volatile liquid, then vapor pressure of liquid get lowered, because when you add a non-volatile solute in the solvent, then these solid particle will collect at the surface of the liquid, due to which the vapors of this solute will not come out easily from the liquid, and due to which the vapor pressure will decrease. Okay. Now Raoult's law. So Raoult's law for solution containing volatile liquids. So for a liquid of volatile, for a solution of volatile liquid, the partial vapor pressure of each component in the solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction. Okay, means partial pressure directly proportional to xi. The pressure of the liquid is directly proportional to the mole fraction. Pi is the constant and xi is the mole fraction. So if we consider the component in its pure state, then Pi equals to Pi naught and xi equals to 1. Then the Pi equals to constant into 1, because we are talking about the pure component. So for pure component, mole fraction will be 1. Then constant equals to Pi naught. So again putting the value of constant in equation 2.17, we will find Pi equals to Pi naught into xi. Okay. So for a solution of volatile liquid, the partial vapor pressure of each component in the solution at a particular temperature is equal to the product of vapor pressure of the component in the pure state and its mole fraction. Means for a volatile liquid, vapor pressure of each component will be equal to the product of vapor pressure of components in the pure state.